I want to, I appreciate the amendments that are affiliated with this bill today that were accepted, and I appreciate the good conversation that we've had on both sides of the aisle about this issue. I'm sadly heartbroken to have to rise asking for a no vote on this bill today. There are some good amendments that weren't accepted that could have absolutely made this a better bill, but unfortunately they were not. And Mr. Speaker, there are two sides of this issue. We, as I've said earlier, have a problem with trafficking, but we also have a problem with children being sexually abused, whether it's inside the home, whether it's outside the home, if they are homeless. This is personal to me, Mr. Speaker. I'm going to share a story with you. Boy, this is hard. My sister, 10 years old, Mr. Speaker, if you can imagine this 10-year-old little girl being taken to a Planned Parenthood and dropped off, walking in there by herself to get birth control so that the person that dropped her off could continue raping her, could continue manipulating and abusing her and taking advantage of her. Can you see her, Mr. Speaker, standing there in that office all by herself? Can you see her, Mr. Speaker? Nobody asking a question about why this 10-year-old little girl is there by herself to get birth control. Had we have accepted the amendment that would have required an adult to be notified, she might have had an opportunity to get help. But Mr. Speaker, she didn't get that help because nobody asked. Instead, Mr. Speaker, her abuse went on for years until she was murdered by a serial killer. Mr. Speaker, we have to do better. It doesn't have to be one side or the other.
The good member has 25 seconds remaining. Please conclude.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is so important. We love our children. We love our children, and we have a responsibility to make sure that we're looking at both sides of these issues and doing the very best that we can, because those children don't have a voice. We are their voice, Mr. Speaker.